House rich rule number 6, patience is the virtue. You've heard people talk about get rich quick in real estate. Get rich quick in real estate is the big lie. Okay, anybody who tells you that is trying to sell you a DVD program on late night cable television, but you can't get rich quick in real estate. You can make a quick score, okay, but what I've seen in the last couple of years is a whole bunch of people made a whole bunch of quick scores and then they made another bet and they lost it all. You get rich in real estate by accumulating a portfolio and by buying to hold. Listen, I didn't say buy and hold, I said buy to hold, because you might want to flip if the opportunity comes along. But the reason why you buy to hold is that the only way to withstand downturns, you don't have control over the overall economy. What you have control over is whether you can hold that property and ride out a storm. I'll give you an example. We had a building here nearby where it was a luxury condo building and it was very hot property, and a lot of investors jumped into this back in 2005 with the business plan on the back of a napkin to buy and flip, okay? 2 different investors that we were working with at the same time. Both of them were interested in buying one of the sexy penthouses up on the 30th story. So they both wanted to spend $2 million. One of them bought the penthouse because his intention was to buy the sexiest property possible and flip it. One of them took our advice and instead of buying a penthouse, spent the $2 million buying 2 of the units on the lower floors. They were nowhere near as sexy. They didn't have the views. They didn't have the high ceilings. They were much more boring on the 8th and 9th floor. However, the same investment made put those same investors in the same position a year or 2 later when the property was actually built, where the first guy couldn't flip the property. Okay, he couldn't flip it. He was required to hold it, and the amount of rent that he could bring in was about half of what his expenses were on that property because he took a big mortgage out on it. The other investor bought those 2 lower floor rentals, was able to rent one of them out for a profit, small profit, but cover his expenses. And the other one he was able to flip without a problem because he had not gone all the way to the top of the building where the air is thin and the market is thinner, okay? Down on the lower floors. He bought to hold, he ended up being able to flip one, he held the other, and the other right now is covering its debt expenses. So the most important thing is to put yourself in a position where you choose the timing of when you liquidate, not the market, not the economy, not politicians, not outside forces, interest rates, or anything else. You have the ability to hold the property because the downturn comes, it's inevitable, but later on, the revival comes, that's equally inevitable, and you want to be in a hold until that time. So stay tuned for rule number 7, and don't forget, if you like this, don't like this, if you have a comment or a case study, please post it on the blog. Thank you.